Hi guys, it's
Hello,
Shunda.
I'm Queen.
And I'm Lonnie.
Welcome to the Shoppecast.
What's going on, y'all?
Yep. So today's quote is
Not Come
I'm
on
sorry.
down here now.
How about those Browns?
How about those Browns?
While we're waiting, okay. There cannot be relationships unless there is commitment, unless there is loyalty, unless there is love, patience, and persistence. And that's by Cornel West, one of my favorite people. He's very positive.
He is.
That's good.
Okay. So, guys, piggybacking off of last week's episode, we were talking about being a good client, being a good hairstylist, and today we are going to discuss doing your hair at home.
Home hair care.
Clients, all our lovely clients out there.
Right. So I'm going to start off with defending them first.
Hair and nails, excuse me.
Right, exactly. And I think
I'm going to defend them a little bit.
This time around, a lot of it came from the pandemic and the quarantine. So some home hair care obviously could not be helped, which means shampooing, blow drying, and curling maybe, flat ironing, rolling your hair. But I strongly suggest no chemicals at home. Clients. I strongly suggest. I am a professional licensed hairstylist, and I don't even put chemicals in my own hair for many reasons. For one, I can't see the back of my head.
Yeah.
So, you can't get it laid evenly. You're crossing the line of demarcation, and I know this is a little maybe over a lot of clients' heads, but stylists, you know what I mean. So, with that being said, you're playing a dangerous game. You're probably over-processing your hair at home. And then guess what happens?
It falls out.
Well, and then
you
you
come
to
running
us.
to the salon. I'm just going to say this, too. I feel like COVID gave people that much more of an excuse. Like, well, it was COVID, so I couldn't get in the shop. No. Y'all have been abusing YouTube, Google,
right,
at home. I do my hair at home. I only come to the salon.
Pre-COVID-19 you were doing
Y'all,
that. Yeah, you just made COVID-19 an excuse
I'm
for
not
you
blame it on COVID.
to even go farther with
Blame it on
it. Pre-COVID-19, they were at least maybe just
They'll come in every now and
heat
then, huh?
damage. But during COVID-19, they decided to go in and get the color and the relaxer and go ham. And we had to go to school to learn about these chemicals. So it's not a game, and you have to know, honestly, seriously, what you're doing when you do it. And it's frustrating for us when you come back to us and ask us to fix it, which some stylists can fix it, and some stylists don't have the means to fix it, and sometimes it can't be fixed.
That's true.
And you don't want to ever, to me, honestly, take your hair to the point where it can't be fixed. So just be mindful when you're deciding to do your hair at home. I get sometimes it's cost effective, especially during this pandemic with people losing their jobs and everything. But call a professional and ask. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selfish.
Just
so
calm.
if you have a situation where you can't come in to get the service done, just call your stylist. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a relationship with them, which we talked about last week, then they won't have an issue with giving you the information you need to be successful with what you're trying to do at home.
Yeah. That I totally agree with what you're saying. For whatever reason. And it's not to say that YouTube or Google is a bad thing, but that's the first place that everybody runs to.
It is.
For hair tips, and it's just like this whole thing where I feel like now we have to combat with what's going on with the internet or social media or You have a lot of clients who, during the quarantine, they was watching little tutorials, videos, and whatnot. And they, well, I saw on YouTube, she put eggs in her hair, and her hair grew down her back. Or she put apple cider vinegar in her hair for 30 days, and it all grew down her back. Like,
it's a lot. It's a lot. We
It is a
hear,
lot.
we hear a lot. We hear a lot. I'm going to piggyback off of what Queen said. 99% of the time, those YouTube people, they're not licensed.
And
So
what
we-
works for them may not work for everybody else.
That
like,
too.
that too.
That
First
too.
of all, this lady is a whole different type of hair grade and all. Like, come on now.
Let's just do
Let's
hair
be
101.
realistic.
If it is meant for you to have long hair, it is in your genes. It's hereditary. 9 times out of 10, if your mom, your grandmother, her grandmother had long hair, you are just bound to have long hair. But if you come from a family where, say, your dad starts balding in his 30s or your mom's hairline starts receding in her early 40s, that's
Chances
kind
is
of your
looking at
destiny
kinda
too.
Unfortunately,
So these eggs ain't gonna change nothing.
Unfortunately, yes.
You
Yes.
can do everything leading up to be precautious,
Keep your hair
and
healthy,
healthy
yeah.
and
Keep it
preventative
healthy.
and keep it healthy and everything, but you have to go back to your history. And just most importantly, you have to be one of those people who takes care of your hair if you care about your hair. So,
And hair is an extension of your body.
yes.
So if you're not putting good things in your body, then your hair is going to show. Whether
has
you
a
believe it or not,
personality.
whether you believe it or not, it's going to
That's a
show.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I
Even
never
as
thought
much
about it
as
that way.
drinking water,
Mhm.
hydrating your body, you're hydrating your hair too.
Yes.
So this is why you shouldn't be doing your hair at home. I don't know. Because these things you don't even know. And I don't have a problem
It's a
with
lot
my
of things
clients.
to put
Most
into
clients
play.
that sit in my chair, I do try to educate them. Because
Yeah.
there may come a time, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
they can't get to me. So as women, I always suggest learn your body.
Yeah.
Learn your body. And,
Yeah.
and learning your body, it'll help you understand your hair.
Mhm.
Then you won't be confused, like Queen said, when you turn a certain age and out of nowhere it's thinning or
Hairline receding.
because it was genetic. And
Yeah.
I tell people, I'm very honest with my clients, there is no miracle drug, pill, shampoo, nothing.
Dang.
There's not. What we can
How I
do
know
is
this?
get the hair healthy and grow it
To
to
the best version
whatever
of yourself, child.
length that is in your destiny. There is no pill that's going to make your hair grow down your back.
Wow.
And
No drops.
that's the
So this is all a joke.
It really is.
Wow.
It really is.
You know how
Lying.
much money I would spend on that stuff?
Just
I
take
had no
good
clue.
care of your hair.
Yeah.
I learned that just from my own experience
Mhm.
because I always wore short hair.
Mhm.
Always short hair. And when the wraps came in, I was like, I want a wrap. So I started growing my hair
Mhm.
out. And it grew good. You know what I'm saying? I had a nice wrap. And in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to grow it down my back. Negative. It grew to about, I got a
Certain
nice
length.
wrap here. And
Mhm.
then if it grew any longer than that, it was thin.
Oh, okay.
And I don't particularly care for thin wraps.
Yeah, right.
But
You're not about to be out here looking shiesty.
Well,
exactly.
Genetically, her mother's side of the family
Hey.
doesn't have the best grade of hair. Her father's side, however, is her saving grace as far as hair. So you have to take those things into consideration. I just did a podcast this morning with a trainer, and he was asking me about women who work out and maintaining their hair.
Ooh,
Just train
African-American.
James, yes.
The
Shout out to
struggle.
African-American
you.
women, yeah.
It is a struggle.
It is.
Yeah, but that's a whole other subject that we can
That's what
actually
I'm
say
saying.
a
It
whole
is a
segment
struggle,
on.
I
and-
am here.
Right.
to give all the
right.
stories
It
about it.
definitely is a struggle. Lonnie, what do you maybe experience with people trying to do their own nails at home and calling you for what advice? What, like
They'll buy a very cheap acrylic kit because acrylic is not truly available to purchase if you're not a professional and have a license. It's harder to find it. And so they'll be like, well, I did my own nails and I just want to come in for a polish change. I'll be like, okay, let me see a picture of them first because I'm not just covering up with polish is never going to do nothing. And at the end of the day, my name is on this. So it's
Right.
like, I'm not about to waste my time because what you really want me to do is reshape these and fix these. I'm not about to do all of that for a $10 polish change because that's all you're trying to come in here and pay. I'm open to giving people advice when it comes to I really don't have money to continuously get my nails done, so I want to learn how to do my own acrylic. I get it. So I will give you tips, as well as you can take my one-on-one course. But it's like, I'm not about to fix your work for you for $10. Because that's the thing. Those are the cheap people who buy a kit off of wherever they bought it from, Amazon or something. And then once again, they hit YouTube. And these people who doing their own nails, acrylic nails on there, and then they just think that they got it, and they coming off like, why my nails keep coming off? It's like, because you don't even understand the chemicals that you're putting on your nails.
You're not supposed to be doing
Now, some people do their own gel nails, and I find that to be easier to do, as well as, that's, it's not as much chemicals involved in it. So, cool. People purchase Woofy White to put it on themselves all the time. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm more so, if you want nails ASAP, purchase press-ons.
Please.
That's why they're out here.
And as Lonnie mentioned, that's two business she mentioned, which is beautiful. Her press-on nails and her one-on-one classes.
And her nail polish.
Oh,
Three.
I didn't know she
Woofy White.
Woofy White. Okay.
That's
What?
it, right?
That's your line.
Yeah.
Duh. Okay, that's a whole
say
other
duh.
subject. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, didn't we?
It's okay.
Oh.
Didn't know.
So,
But yeah, go on, girl.
Thank you. So, moral of the story is, y'all,
Call your stylist.
Call your stylist. 9 times out of 10, you have a relationship with someone that is in the professional industry that you can at least talk to figure out how to navigate this. And don't feel like you're a hairstylist yourself. You're not. Stop with these chemicals. It's the chemicals where it gets crazy.
Yeah, the
People
chemicals is
mess up
the
their
issue.
nail beds,
Yeah.
their scalps,
Right.
scalp burns and all. And we're not. We can't fix. There's certain things we can't fix.
And I get it. Like,
I know you think we superheroes.
You may not be able to get into the salon, or you may not actually have an actual hairstylist, so you're trying to figure out how to best upkeep your hair at home so you can stay cute and feeling yourself, and
We get it.
looking nice.
We
If you
get
got to go to work, you want to look nice for work or whatever, especially after you work out. You definitely want to still be kind of cute,
Smart.
or how to get yourself back.
And we've all been there when we've had to do at least something to our hair at home. But you don't want to make
Stylist
a habit
cancel
of
Stylist
it.
included.
Surprisingly enough, and then we're going to go on to our next subject, there are some people who never go to a hair salon for whatever reason. It could be, and this is another subject too, that they didn't have a good experience, which I hear a lot of. And I say again, we're going to talk about that in another segment. But that's sad. That's sad for our industry, and we have to do better. We got to do better.
And don't let one person ruin it for everybody, y'all. Like, okay, we've all had bad experiences places, but give somebody else a shot. But also do your research and know who you're going to.
Ask questions.
Don't just go to who your cousin referred you
or
to.
what you
do
saw
your
on
research
Instagram.
on these people. Exactly. Do your research on these people. See, really ask questions to other people. Follow the other people who they tag and they got their hair done by them.
Right.
Ask them, like, hey, how was it when you went to such and such?
Exactly.
Did you have a good experience? What was your wait time like? Did they trim your ends up under your weave? Like, what? Ask the questions that you want, so that way when you step into it, you're not disappointed with your experience.
That part. I appreciate those types of clients.
Yeah.
I do. That are referred. Like, my friend came here, she had a good time. Okay,
Yes.
girl,
Like,
come
thank
on
you.
in here.
Support
Unless the friend's been doing her hair at home all her life.
Yeah. But you know what? Some people, and this is crazy because it's coming from me that's saying this. Growing up, I never had a hairstylist growing up, and I never had a nail tech. So I never knew that this was a thing until I started doing nails and was like, so you want to come back to me every 3 weeks? Like, I never knew what that was about until I stepped into this industry. Because in my head, just because of a couple of my aunts had like best friends that was in the industry, and they were so messy. So I never wanted nothing to do with the beauty shop. Like, it was always a lot of drama and stuff. So just me seeing that growing up, I would go to the hair salon every now and then, but I never was there every 2-3 weeks or nothing like that. And then when I did have a nail tech, I would only go to her for occasions because I would be in there for 5 hours.
Right.
So I never had a steady nothing growing up.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was even a thing. Like, I just got my little micros done by the Africans, and that would be it. Like, other than that, me and my mama did my hair. So now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, Okay, now I see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, some people have no clue.
They put us on their bill list.
They do.
And that's a
Yeah.
good feeling when they do.
It's
that.
a blessing.
Y'all.
Thank
I
you.
love
And like I said
Thank you.
earlier, we definitely need to rehash the whole bad experience where it turns them away from even wanting to come into a salon.
Definitely.
But we'll save that for another day, ladies. Meanwhile, we want to talk about relationships and entrepreneurship.
And dating in the industry.
Dating in the industry.
Drum roll.
It's like
we
a
should
real
all take a
intense in
sip.
here,
Yeah, we
child.
gotta take a sip.
Woo!
before we
I had to
start.
take a sip.
So, Lonnie, you want to go?
You did.
I'm gonna just start off with an experience I've had as entrepreneurs, being an entrepreneur and dating. I tend to come across a lot of men who call me too busy, as well as when I had a boyfriend, I was told that the reason I was cheated on was because I was at work and I was busy, and so for a second it kind of made me not like what I did because it made me feel like it was me. But that was back then. I was 22, 23. Now I'm over here like, listen up, boy. You either gonna keep up or you can go away. Because at the end of the day, it's just as busy as I am, it's just busy as you should be. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I feel like when it's the right person, we gonna come together and we gonna keep building. Because the thing is, I'm not about to stop building to be with you.
Period.
And at the same time, respect my time. Don't just hit me up thinking I'm free or I'm about to stop whatever I'm doing to go see you. No, I don't get down like that. Fit in my schedule somehow. Hello? If you really want it, book appointment.
So, you guys remember they gave B. Simone a lot of slack when she had said that she only wanted to date an entrepreneur like herself.
I get
they were like, well, what about blue collar and what about and it wasn't a knock on the average working person or anybody that works in corporate America. I understood it because I'm an entrepreneur, and it's simply what you said. Because you are an entrepreneur, you definitely got to put in more hours. That's first thing.
It's 24 hours.
You got to put in more
Simple as
hours.
Pretty
And
much.
if you're dating someone that probably, honestly, is not your soulmate, first of all, but also if they're not an entrepreneur and they're not willing to have any type of understanding, then it's going to be hard for them to accept the hours that you have to put in.
Absolutely.
As an entrepreneur.
They don't understand it.
They
When you
will try to
clock
start
out at
to
5 o'clock,
understand,
no.
but then after time, I feel like they'll be like,
They'll never
well, you're
completely
never off,
understand.
or you can never get off, or you're always late, or
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a whole
I'm
thing.
gonna be
like,
late.
Yeah.
I've
Regardless.
experienced, like you said, men who say, you're too busy, when do you have time? And it's just like, first of all, everybody knows universally hairstylists and barbers are off on Sundays and Mondays. So, with that being said, I have time on the weekends to go out, if you want to go out. And me personally, corporate America, they work Monday through Friday.
Right.
So, when exactly are y'all having time to go out? Y'all not really going out throughout the week, you know what I'm saying?
And
They get off. They have set hours.
They do.
have set hours.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And so that's another reason why they don't understand.
but at the same time, it's like,
Let's be.
What I
if
will
you respect
say-
me as a person, I just feel like,
Yeah.
regardless of what I do, you need to support it
Absolutely.
and vibe with me.
Support is a
Absolutely.
good word. Support is
Absolutely.
a good word. If they, once again, if that person is meant for you, like I
That's
said,
true. Very true.
that's because
Don't make me feel
if they're
bad.
not meant, if they're meant for you, then they probably won't have an issue
If
Yeah.
with
anything,
supporting you.
you're an employee. Let's
Like-
be real.
Get your money. Like, I want
Come
to get that.
sweep
Get
the
your
shop.
money, babe. Like,
That's a good person.
Something. You
Someone
know,
that's willing
help.
to help. Exactly.
Help.
you need
A
some lunch? You
helpmate,
want
yeah.
some food?
Please feed me.
Yeah.
That was my main
Let me
thing.
know
Like,
when you get
can you
off.
run to the nail store for me?
Yeah.
I ain't got time. Can you run to the nail store for me? And can you bring me something to eat?
What? Like, whatever.
But you got to make sure you guys are picking the right mates too.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this. I always got to play devil's advocate
Go
with
ahead.
our
I'm ready.
subjects. And so, Lonnie, you told my story, but yours is at a younger age. I have the same story,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually, had a family. And when we got together, I was not in the industry. I wasn't an entrepreneur. I just worked a regular 9 to 5. But that did not work out for me. And he supported me in going to hair school.
Okay.
I don't think he was ready for what came with it once, you graduate and get into
And
the
it get
actual
real.
industry,
Mhm.
right?
I don't think he
Exactly.
was
And so
expecting for you to
I
get so.
was with a man, my husband, my ex-husband, that was a supporter, a provider,
Mhm.
a provider, a very good
Yeah.
provider, and old school. That's
Yeah.
all he knew, is the man is supposed to provide. So when I started working, and we discussed this in the salon, making money.
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 Okay.
Money with the CH.
And the money
Hello?
was good.
Money.
The money
Great.
was good. You can't help but to want to work that much more, and you love what you do.
Exactly. This is fun.
It comes so
So
easy.
I'm not-
It comes so easy, and they don't have any understanding of that because they work a regular 9 to 5. They go in and they do their hours. 9 times out of 10, they don't enjoy what they're doing. So as soon as the clock strikes 5 for them, they're out.
Go.
They're out. And so, unfortunately, mine's ended in a terrible way. And this is not to knock my ex because, like I said, he was a great provider, a very good dad. An excuse for infidelity, I can't give him.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I get it. Once we split up, I do understand
You ain't solid.
what he was saying. I do. Because we definitely play a part. If you love him as much as you're saying you want him to love you, you have to balance. You have to balance yourself. You have to balance.
It's 24 whole hours. Let me work my 16-hour shift. I'll talk to you.
But
later.
now, see, that's what lets me know that you really probably wasn't in love with that person.
I wasn't because I
Trust.
liked my job.
You
I'm
make
gonna
the
go
time.
there.
That's what I feel like with men.
But
Like,
then at the
or
same,
not just men, people. Like, you will make time for what you want to make time for.
That's
and I
very
feel like
true.
in our industry,
that's very true.
you actually really have to be that person. Like, I can say I came into this industry a full-blown relationshipper, and it set me back some years.
She was in love, y'all.
I was.
Love.
And they weren't understanding my job and my hours. And even still now with dating and being single, it's still kind of like weird. So now I feel like I have to be available to people who either work in my same industry or are in some type of entrepreneurship.
God, no.
Entrepreneurship type of area because they understand the work schedule. And
I'm with the entrepreneur.
when we have time, if I
not
want to
our
see
industry.
you, I'm gonna make time to see you. If I don't feel like
I
it's
just
gonna
feel
really
like
be a
all
thing,
it takes is simple communication, and you will get.
that's the part.
Simple
And that's what I
That's
said in
the
my
part.
quote.
You
Communication is definitely
Key.
Communication.
But that's in any relationship, no matter what type of job you have.
Agreed.
Communication is definitely key. As far as the making time, I can't stress enough. If you are in love with him and
that's
he's
your
in love
person.
with you, we are entrepreneurs.
over here like-
We can set our schedules, ladies. Listen. So you can make
My
time
thing is
for
this.
them.
I'm
You
not
can.
making. See, I've just never had the right one, two,
At
this
for it.
point,
And that's
that's
what
what
it
it
really
is.
is.
I don't
and
have
I
the
ain't
time.
mad at that at
I
all.
can say I used to try to
I'm
make
gonna
the
stay
time.
at work. I'm not making time
I
for
used
you,
to
buddy.
cut off my schedule and
Nope.
cut money off.
Nope.
Now,
Listen,
I'm sorry.
at the end
we
of the
can
day,
reschedule for another day, but I'm still
I
at
know
work.
I'm not about to call you for absolutely nothing when it comes to financials. So I'm going to take care of myself. You come second right now. I'm so sorry because it's just not to the point where.
You gonna pay a bill?
Hello?
Are you gonna pay a bill
Okay.
if I take off?
Okay.
And it's not that I'm even asking
Auntie
that.
Mama Shonda got to stuff in.
Okay.
And I don't want to even come off
You
that
guys
way,
are not
but
listening to me. Listen.
I hear what you're
listen,
saying,
listen,
but I don't hear what
listen.
you're saying.
Listen, seriously. Okay. So we all know that we can make the money that we can make, right? And I say again, I can't stress this enough. When you meet the right person for you, he knows you're an entrepreneur, whether he's one or not. You guys fall in love with each other. Now, don't mistake liking or,
I don't.
you know what I'm saying, or the
I
whole
hear you.
sex thing.
I hear you.
You
I
guys
hear you.
fall in love with each other. He'll see how hard you're working. And he'll see that you're an entrepreneur and you're about your business and you're paying all your bills.
Don't respect that.
If you guys are trying to grow together, you're gonna meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agreed.
you won't even have to say what you're saying. You won't have to say anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he will start to step in where he sees you need him to step in.
All right, Mom.
That's the difference in a good man.
Shoosh.
You-
And
okay,
a
you hear
nigga.
what I'm saying?
Look, and a nigga.
We don't
No,
want to
just
be
kidding.
saying that.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
It's hard though. Don't get me wrong. Let's just get back to what we were saying. It is very, very, very hard. 9 times out of 10 though, honestly, and this is coming from an older woman's perspective who was married, if you're having to work like a slave in entrepreneurship, even though the money is good, something's lacking in your relationship, your personal relationship.
Yeah.
Something's
Absolutely.
lacking.
Because you can't be everybody. And
No.
that's exactly what that
And
plays
you have to
into.
wear a lot of hats as an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
You wear
and
a lot
then
of
taking
hats.
on a whole nother girlfriend
And then
hat.
the relationship is like.
That's that big old Arby's hat.
That's
It's
my
not
thing
supposed to
with
be
the
hard.
with the men. Like, I feel like if we're both entrepreneurs, or even if you work a 9 to 5 and I'm a woman that's an entrepreneur, like, just pick up where I have fallen short. Like, we be tired, you know.
Mhm.
We put out a lot of energy. We have a lot of different people pulling on us from different places. We have to be a lot of different people at different times. Like, for me, I can say in the past, my issue was there wasn't that support and or
It was
relief.
no understanding. Yeah.
Like,
it was no relief. I'm with you on that.
I just
It was
with
no
17
relief.
people today. You
Right.
can't figure
What happens
it out.
is you're giving so much attention all day, literally every day in our industry.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot
to
of
your
energy.
clients.
It's a
Your
lot of
clients
energy
pull
that
on
goes
you a
into
lot.
that.
They
Yeah.
pull.
Absolutely pull.
And so when you get home to your mate,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need any more pulling.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
need
they
him
don't
to
understand
comfort
that
you
because
and
they-
console you.
Even with family, like nobody in my family is an entrepreneur, so nobody at all understands being an entrepreneur. Like you have to literally be an entrepreneur in order to understand it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I never was trying to make people understand. I just wanted you to respect what I did.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was a lack of respect across the spectrum when it came to me being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like everybody would be mad at me for being late somewhere, or because I missed a phone call because my phone is up here at my desk. I'm back here doing a pedicure, and it's just like, y'all need to just chill on me. Like, give me a break
Please.
before I completely shut down. And when I
Right.
shut down on y'all, y'all gonna really hate me.
I'm gonna go home.
I'm not going home. I'm just gonna disappear.
I'm gonna go home.
Everybody.
And
And
so
everything.
you're talking about relationships with your family as well,
Yeah,
which
like-
is important too
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur. Because like you're right, your family they don't understand.
They don't get it.
if they don't if they're not an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But they want to call on you when they need something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who
got
Because
it?
they
Because
know
who
you're
got
working.
it? Who the biggest
Right.
baller out here?
Listen.
Who been out here trapping all
Can
day
you
and night?
pull your such and such to
Hello? Do you got some more soap
Right.
from the
Right.
booth? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
TV.
Right.
Can I get my nails done?
Get her.
They be wanting it all. Yeah, but back to relationships. It's just a lot of things that go into play when you date an entrepreneur. It's like you dating 2 women, but I'm one person, and you got to be ready for that.
You got to.
Y'all scaring the men away.
Are we
No,
scared?
I'm scaring the weak ones away.
I don't want no little sauce batch either.
It's the
I want you guys to.
It
I
don't-
want you guys. I get it. And I was there.
Yeah.
But what you don't, and I had a family, so at least I was able to have my children.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Family,
You
yeah.
guys, you want to get married and have kids.
We
Making
do.
money is good, but listen, I hate to keep quoting people. Trick Daddy the other day, I was just watching him.
Trick Daddy, what
And
he
he
say?
said you can be too independent sometimes. And,
Okay.
and I received that because I had the same mindset as you guys. I did. Independent, strong black woman.
Yeah.
I make my own. I can pay my own. I can do this myself. And it comes from a long line of strong black independent women in our family.
Yeah.
And we're all single.
Okay,
We
so
were married. Some of us were married.
in my own defense, I forgot my point. Say what you said again.
Being
Trick Daddy said you can be
independent.
too
And
independent.
too
Could be
independent.
independent.
So, honestly, that's part of the reason why I quit doing nails. Because I felt like I was never going to be able to take a couple steps down. Plus, I had burnt myself out. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to balance the things that I truly wanted, which was having a family. And I didn't want my children growing up in a salon. And I was like, I need to figure out an escape plan so that way I can.
I was a shop baby.
I know it ain't nothing wrong with being a shop baby. Shop babies is lit. Like, y'all automatically are cool. Like, for real. But I just knew that it was going to be, I didn't want my children to have that type of lifestyle, as well as I wanted to be able to actually be a wife.
Yeah.
And I know I couldn't step into any of that when I'm literally at work all day, every day. I don't take care of myself at all. And so I had to I really took a step back and to figure out what exactly had to go, what was my non-negotiables, and what I wanted to add, so that way I could continue to grow as a person, as well as an entrepreneur, because I'm never going to not be an entrepreneur. It's just I need to shift gears a little bit so I can get to some other things.
And I'm so happy you said that, because I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off. Because I think about that often too, and I know for a fact, because my mom did start off in the industry, she did not want me to do hair. Like, she saw that I was very intrigued by it and good at it early on. But I think for those very reasons, she was like...
I was wondering, because when we first got out of college, I'm like, why are you coming to BG with us? You need to go do my hair.
Everybody.
But it's understandable. I understand
understandable, totally. And I understand now, because I did come into the industry in a relationship, or I was in a relationship after a relationship or whatever. And I spent so much time in those relationships, I wasn't able to focus on myself as a new stylist in this industry. So I didn't focus on pushing my, brand and being successful and learning more. I was focused on like, oh, I need to make time for my little funky boyfriend.
See, I had a boyfriend.
I shouldn't say funky, but my boyfriend or whatever.
He was funky, that's fine.
But now it's the opposite. Like, now I'm in go mode.
Yeah. And my thing was this: either you're going to add to my momentum, or you have to go completely. But I've always felt that way. Like, my boyfriend that I had when I first started in the industry, I didn't care about him, honestly. Sorry to say. Sorry.
You was working.
You're not my focus, because I first of all, I had something to prove to myself, and I need to prove that to myself.
And the wrong way. We are examples.
And so, like a year and a half later, I got into another relationship, but my business was still growing, as well as he was watching the things that I was doing, and he was starting to develop this jealousy behind it, and so I started pulling back, just so that way I could keep him.
Yeah. Why?
But it happened. Ooh, Lonnie, you are telling my story.
I'm like, why?
Because in my head, I'm like, first of all, but for one, it was an embarrassment to me to have to step out of this relationship, because you've been all over my Instagram. I'm out here so, quote unquote, popping. Everybody knows that you're my boyfriend. So I don't want to have to answer to all my clients, oh, y'all broke up, this, and that. And it was just like, you know what? You either going to deal with him embarrassing you in your face, or you going to deal with the embarrassment of you having to tell your clients that you're not with him. Then I had to adjust my mind, because, like, this is not embarrassing to say you're not with somebody who don't treat you right.
It's not, but can I tell you, I divorced my husband, and it probably was a couple of years before my clients knew. And prior to that, it wasn't like they didn't know him, because he would pop up in the salon and everything, but it wasn't their business, for one.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it was something that I had to deal with on my own. And I'm a pretty private person too, for the most part. Even though my clients choose to spill into me, I don't necessarily choose to spill into them.
I had to learn that too.
Practice either.
I had to learn who was actually here in my life for a real reason, other than to get some cute nails, as well as it became some people I came very close with that were my clients. Yeah. And so those were the people that I did open up to.
Right.
But also, my boyfriend used to be in the shop with me all the time.
Oh.
So that was us spending time together, because I would be at work till 10, 11 o'clock at night. So he'd get off work at 5. He'd pull up about 7, 8 o'clock. He with me all night. So most of my clients would know him. So that's where it would be like, oh, how's he doing? And what y'all doing this weekend? It's like, we broke up. Y'all broke up. Y'all so cute together. Y'all this, y'all that. Y'all need to get back together. Stop
okay, so I'm glad you said that, because my daughter, she practiced that too. And that's not a practice stylist that you want to have. You know what I'm saying? Again, if this is the man for you, he does not need to come and sit at your job with you. But then you have to balance your time.
I never came and sat at the job.
Okay. You have to balance
They will call
your time with the person that you want a relationship with.
Agreed.
If you're serious about wanting a relationship.
But I know that
respect
now.
your
When I
time.
was younger, it was like, come on, I'm at work. Come
Right,
on,
like-
come up here. Now it's separate.
Yeah.
Because for one, if it's the wrong person, he's gonna be a whore, and he's gonna be sleeping with somebody's cousin in there.
Somebody
It's
knows
too
somebody.
much.
And
It's
men
too-
don't really pay attention. Like, they don't recognize how small our industry is. Like,
Yeah, the
it's a
industry is
lot of us
extremely
in our
small.
industry, but in Cleveland, it's still
It's
very,
small.
very
Everybody know everybody.
small.
And so that's
We-
how I used to find out about what he
A
was
lot.
doing.
Listen.
Because it would be my client's cousin.
People talk. The shop,
It
barbershop
would be another
talk,
nail
shop talk.
tech's cousin. Like it was always linked back to me some way. It's like,
Listen.
this is so annoying.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
It's embarrassing.
And plus, it's okay to separate your life.
Mhm.
You
But-
can tell him no. No,
Yeah,
you
I'm about to
cannot
say,
come up
'cause
here.
you shouldn't. He should, because guess what? His 9 to 5, you can't go sit at.
No.
Exactly.
So this is your job.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a recreation.
At all.
It's your job. So he should not be sitting at your job
Yeah.
with you, and then you probably won't run into those problems.
Mhm.
Where
Yeah.
Then it
he's
became
looking
a
at
turn
you,
off.
you know
Like,
what I
why
mean?
are you up here with me every night? You ain't got nothing else to do. You need to figure out something.
Listen, but if they're entrepreneurs too, they won't have time to be coming and
My
sitting
thing
up with
is
you.
be influenced by
Like,
me
you
a
know,
little bit.
They,
do
they,
something.
babe, you done? You almost
I'm-
done? All
I'm
right.
great.
I see
you
you
know?
when you get done. We can't kick it in. You hungry? You know, that's the type of vibe I'm feeling.
Hello.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
Be a solution, not a problem.
Thank you.
What, ladies, you have to be a little more choosy about who you decide
I'm extremely
to
choosy.
Ooh,
be in
let
a
me take a drink
relationship
on
with.
that.
Oh, I'm big choosy. I don't want to talk to nobody. No, I'm just kidding. I just know my worth at this point, so I'm
Yeah.
okay with saying no to a lot of people.
A lot of no's.
Damn near everybody, I'm okay with saying no to. But yeah,
I will say I'm friendly.
I'm not.
Lonnie is not friendly.
I'm not friendly at all
I'm friendly.
because people don't want the right things from you.
Their intentions are
Like
bad.
it's been people who approach me on some, like I would love to take you out, this, that. A week later, the conversation is, hey, I was checking out this spot. I wanted you to open up a salon for me. Go away.
Or even like what
Go
I've
away,
come
sir.
into
Tell me how to
contact
start a
with, like,
business.
I
No.
feel like people just want to date us now because of who we are.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because they want to get to genuinely, know
Yeah.
us or date
You know
us.
me through Instagram, and you are just in
Or
love with this
people,
person
and
on
you
Instagram.
want to see what it's
and
like or if it's fun.
I'm so sorry,
just
buddy.
weird shit,
Just
you know,
stay on Instagram.
that I'm not here for.
I'm not here for none of it.
At all.
People are weird.
Y'all's experience is funny to me. I'm sorry.
Listen, 2020 is a whole different type of plethora of people.
But statistics show, and I found this out after my divorce, that the divorce rate in our industry is very, very high.
It makes sense.
For all the reasons that we have discussed.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
And that's what made me self-reflect.
Mm-hmm.
I say again, I never give an excuse for infidelity. But sometimes, at least in my relationship, I don't think you guys have met the one yet. You have to take some responsibility for the part you played.
There's absolutely
And-
some
and
responsibility.
what
It's
happened.
definitely like a 25% on my end, though. But, you know.
I didn't do
I'll
nothing
take-
wrong. No,
I'll
just
take
let-
my 25%.
I didn't do a
I want to
thing
say 15,
wrong.
but I'm going to say 25.
Well, the first
I
round
felt
thing,
like
I'm going to say
I've
you
been
did
a
was
good
let him sit at
girlfriend.
work with you.
But I
You
was
know what I'm
21.
saying?
I
Right,
ain't
but
know
you
no
were
better.
young, exactly.
And then once
exactly.
again, I had nobody influencing me in the industry other than people in my shop. So nobody in the shop seen nothing else wrong with that. You know, I ain't
Right.
had nobody be like, yo, keep your life separate, do this, do that. Nobody truly showed me how to move. I had to figure it out
Yeah.
as I go. So,
Yeah.
of course, it was several mistakes made
Yeah.
when it came to that. But now, I run a tight shift, okay? I got it now.
Yeah, the people that I know that have been successful with relationships in our industry, and I took note because I want to know, you know what I'm saying? They balance
Yeah.
you know, their time out. And so
They got a
don't-
set
they
schedule.
don't- right, exactly. They have a set schedule. And
But
they
that's
don't-
just in order to have a life in general and to
Yeah.
make this a career and not I'm literally here all day, every day.
You don't want to become a slave to it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's something that you love.
It's a burnout.
Or they end up being with or marrying a person who works a 9 to 5 and their understanding of their
who
work
gonna pick up the
schedule
kids
and how to see the positive and what they can contribute to the
positives.
household and the family.
Hello.
I know of my sister's best friend and her husband. He's a barber. She works in corporate America. And they find the balance within each other's jobs.
That's good.
Right now, she works from home. He still cuts hair actively. And they find a way to make it work. They find a way to work together and build business together. They find a way to just still work individually and build individually. Like, they find a balance. They're probably like unicorn couple.
But you know why? And because that person, that's the husband, that's a barber.
Yeah.
He was a round the clock worker. He was in that shop 24/7.
Yeah.
But he found his soulmate.
Yeah.
And so he made a cognizant decision
To make
that,
time.
you know what I'm saying, this is my wife and my family, and I want to be with my family and be happy, so I'm not going to be in that shop as much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and that's when they start, finding
is
other
truly
avenues
Yeah.
to make money
That's
where
how
he
it
does
grows the
not
business.
have to be in the shop as much. But he has a good partner.
Yes.
He has a good partner.
Yes.
So that definitely...
I
See what you've done for other Jesus.
I see what you want to do with other people.
Want to do it?
Lord, do you hear me?
Child, Jesus, I'm coming to you.
But yes. And also another thing is, it's okay. I've noticed that, especially in this industry, that it's always a lot of baby mama, baby daddy drama. And I never wanted that for myself.
Yeah.
So
I don't want it, period, whether we're in this industry or not.
Agreed. But this industry, it seems to be like a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Like, this is part of the industry. And it's okay to not do that, guys. Like, I've seen people who didn't even give me that type of vibe where they not blowing down on people at the shop and this and that. And then out of nowhere they start doing it. I'm like, is it this industry? Like, what is this about? Like, you don't even see this like this type. First of all, you old.
It's a stigma. It's a stigma on our industry. And I don't know, maybe we'll be the first ones to start to try to take that stigma off. But
listen,
we as entrepreneurs in the beauty
industry
industry have to remember that this is a job. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Be professional.
Yes, be professional.
At the end of the day, you being professional, you think it's low-key corny because you handle your business the proper way without addressing certain things that you feel like need to be addressed because somebody said something to you. And at the end of the day, you're going to truly win when you don't and you handle your business like you should. Your business is going to always flourish from that. So choose your business over some bullshit.
And your personal business isn't everybody else's business.
And you don't have to address a goddamn thing on Instagram.
At all.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. I can't name anything I've ever addressed on Instagram. I barely addressed that I retired on Instagram. I just did it. Like, listen.
So,
that's even kind of personal. Like, we know people don't need to know.
At the end of the day, the key to success in your entrepreneurship and your relationship is balance. Balance and communication.
Key, yes.
Balance and communication
And
is
respect.
the key. And respect, definitely.
From one
definitely.
First and foremost, respect.
Right.
Your spouse has to respect your job.
And you have
On
to
both
respect theirs
ends.
too.
Yeah, on
Like,
both ends.
If you get started at him, don't blow down on his little 9 to 5.
Don't. Not look.
But I appreciate this insurance that you have, sir. I want some of it.
Listen.
So we're going to get ready to end this. Our next topic next week should be customers' experience in the salon.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be a hater today. I'm going to say, like I did last week, how about those Browns?
How about those
those Browns, baby?
They
You
gotta
seen
win.
that touchdown
Within
within that last 24 seconds. I said, let's go,
Y'all did
Brownies.
that. You
Let's
guys did
go.
that.
Out.
Let's go.
Out. With.
Barely. But you guys did it.
Out. With.
I said, oh, I can't wait to see Miss Shunda at 6 o'clock,
You're a
okay?
hater.
I can't wait. The Browns
Do
out
we
here
have our
catching balls.
song this week?
I got my song.
Do we got our song?
So my jam of the week, I'm back on my Sir. I love Sir.
I love him
Sir.
He's a
I've
vibe.
been blasting Hair Down all weekend.
too. Ooh, that's a new song.
I know.
Hair
I
down?
heard it.
Y'all don't know Hair Down?
It's newly released.
No, this ain't newly released. This 2019 release. Girl.
You never played this.
Y'all
in
got
the
it
house.
as soon as y'all get in the car.
Yeah, we gotta play.
Oh,
that.
that's my
We gotta
jam.
play it.
Ah.
What's your
That's
jam,
my jam.
Queen?
My jam? I can say that I've probably been listening to a lot of motivational, like get hype type stuff, like Nipsey, a
Okay,
little
there we go.
Beyonce, you know,
Okay,
in
Thug
there.
Passion.
Thug
Okay,
Passion, you
that's
feel
good.
Throw a
me?
little Jay-Z in there.
Jay-Z too.
Yeah.
Him too.
And then I'm about to get real serious on you guys because I had a hard week, ladies. So my jam of the week is "Deliver Me" by Donald Lawrence and
Favorite. I
Leandra.
listened to that.
I've been
this
finding
morning.
myself listening to a little more gospel
it
every
inspires
morning.
me.
Me
It gets
too.
me through.
Every day.
It gets me through. I
No,
love
for real.
that. I actually
It's a great
drive
song.
to gospel music, so I don't have road rage.
On the way to work.
Hey,
No,
that
but it
sounds
gets me
soothing.
prepared for my day too. It's very,
Agreed.
very inspirational. It
Uh-huh.
uplifts me,
Mhm.
and I needed a lot of uplifting this week. I had a very hard week, so
Hey,
that's my
we
jam
made
for the
it.
week. Deliver me.
We made it.
Lord.
We made it. Cheers, guys.
All right,
Cheers,
so we'll see
y'all.
you next week on
Shopcast.
Shopcast.
Yes. Signing off, y'all.